What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Matt Get the Hands back to you with another video. And in this haircut tutorial, we are going to be doing a 1.5 with the grain on my man's waves right here. And as you can tell, he is spinning. We're going to take this, we're going to comb it out, and then we're going to take a 1.5 with the grain. We're going to do a ball taper on the back and the sides. We're going to edge them up. We're going to use some color enhancements. So stay tuned, this transformation is going to be dope. And you're going to see that I use the white pencil on the outline towards the end of the video, along with the color enhancement. It's something that I picked up watching my barber brother Get Beam, his video on cutting waves, and he does it all the time with the white pencil, and then he uses the color enhancements. And before he does all that, he does apply hairspray, like a holding spray, and I do that as well. So I did kind of pick up some kind of tips and techniques from his video, and it definitely did help me out with this haircut. So as you can tell, we take that one guard lever open using my wall cordless seniors, and right away that 1.5 just brings those waves out. There are a lot of wavers that are scared to do a 1.5 with the grain. Not necessarily scared, but they want to make sure that their waves are deep enough. I can tell his waves are pretty deep, so I know a 1.5 is just going to make these waves pop. So I was confident, and during the client consultation, he was just kind of like, kind of do what you feel. It's in your hands. So. And right around this area, there's not really like a wave pattern, so you want to be very careful. I apply pressure in that area, but not as much as I am, on the front or on the sides. This is my first time cutting this particular client.
Houston, we have a problem.
I believe he wolfed for about 8 weeks, I believe. Six weeks, I believe. So right here, the first guideline is going to be with my Wahl Retro T-cut trimmers, and I'm creating that first guideline. And then we're going to go ahead and start with the lever open, using a Wahl cordless seniors, going up about 1/2 inch to 1 inch, giving myself room to blend. And then as I start with the lever open, I work my way to the middle and then close it, and then remove that guideline with the trimmer. The trimmer left behind, sorry. Then you jump to your one guard, right? Lever all the way open, going up about 1/2 inch. Right around the occipital bone area, as you can tell, that area is gonna be tricky. You'll be using like a 2 guard, a 1.5 guard, going with the grain, going across the grain. You just wanna make sure that you stretch the skin and get in between that crease. That way you can have a nice blend. That way it doesn't look like it's just bald and then dark.
Houston, we have
so right here I took the 2 guard, lever open, and I'm just kind of scooping out, trying to lighten up that area and take off that bulk. That way the hair can lay down. And you want to use a brush or a comb to comb that hair down as you are cutting. Alright, so right here I took the 1.5 guard, lever open, and then right there you can tell that I kind of like turn sideways to cut against the grain, but I'm also making sure I feed that hair into my guard. Guys, CT Barber Expo is right around the corner, man. May 18th through the 20th. If you are going to be out there, comment below.
Houston, we have a problem.
The Tomb Squad is going to be deep, and they have just announced that Tomb 45 is the official after party. Tomb 45 and the Tomb Squad is going to be the official after party for the event, so that's big. Y'all don't want to miss it. And then of course Chris Bosio got nominated in 2 different categories for the Grammy Awards, International Grammy Awards. I'm not going to take that away from him. It's International Grammy Awards, so I'm proud of my dog, man. I hope he wins a Grammy. So same thing to the sides. Create your guideline with the trimmer, And guys, I'm sorry, I'm still getting used to this Canon M50. I had the autofocus on, so it's gonna kind of go from blur to focus, but I fixed it towards the middle of the video, so don't worry. I know y'all gonna get on me with that. Pick up the autofocus. That's why I'm putting a disclaimer right now. But so after the lever open, I went to my 1 guard, and now I'm cutting with my 1.5 guard and going against the grain, using my corners to kind of get rid of some dark spots. And we're gonna tape it right behind the ear as well. You don't want to leave, you know, right around that corner by the ear. You don't want to leave that out. So right here I try to go with the grain, but it really wasn't cutting. So then I took my 2 guard open and went against the grain and kind of just knocked off some of that bulk. And that'll lay the hair down going against the grain right around that corner. And that taper is coming together, as you can tell. And I switch over to my comb, that way I can actually comb through the hair, and especially with a fine-tooth comb like this, that's something that, like, because my brush is not that hard, it's a soft bristle brush, so it's not gonna actually give or pull the hair down. So you want to use like a fine-tooth comb, or maybe even just the bristles on the brush have to be a little bit harder in order for you to brush that hair down. And then right here I'm just kind of, you know, coasting right with the grain. I believe I started with the lever open, and I worked my way to it closed, and just kind of tapered that down into the taper, into the ball taper. Guys, if y'all like this beat, yes, I have a new beat person. His link is in the description. Make sure you check out his beats. Make sure you check out his YouTube channel as well. Dude is a monster. Everyone is feeling the beats that I've been using lately, so make sure you show him some love. So basically what you do to one side, you do to the other. So I'm gonna let y'all listen to the beat and enjoy this side. That way you can see a little bit better what I'm doing, but it's the same exact steps. Again, I always start with the lever open, put it in the middle, and then I close it. And that's just gonna bring everything together, as long as you go from your lever open, then your 1 guard, and then your 1.5 guard, and then if you need a 2, you can go into a 2, like I'm using right here behind the ear. But for the most part, you're just gonna go as high as a 1.5 guard, because it's a 1.5 with the grain on top. So before I start the lineup process, in the beginning of the video, I said before you apply the color enhancement and line up the hair, you want to apply like a holding spray or a hairspray. That way the hair lays down and stays in place when you line it up. And I'm using the Rimpo trimmers again. I'm not gonna stop using them, but I'm not gonna really promote them or push them like that on my YouTube channel. So, I mean, in my other videos, you've seen I left the link in the description. If you want to check them out, they're dope trimmers, but I'm not gonna promote them as much as I did it, and you know, when we found out about these trimmers. So, but they are some hitters. So as you can tell, once you put that neckline up on that taper, man, it just looks that much better, makes everything pop. And now we're gonna go to the lineup portion. Now, there was a little bit of a pushback and some new growth that I saw. So as you can tell, I'm not gonna go all the way to the dark line. I'm gonna apply a little bit of color enhancement and allow that hair to grow in. That way the next time he comes in, his hairline will be a little bit closer and not that far back. And And you'll see what I'm talking about when I get to this side. You'll see a little bit better. But I'm not going all the way to that dark. See how there's hair right there? Versus going to that next little cut. I don't know if you can tell, but just know there's a little bit of a pushback. So again, it's my first time cutting this client. And right here I'm using the color pencil to create that white ghost line, and you're just gonna follow that up with the razor, and then add the color enhancement, and everything is just gonna pop. So again, I saw this technique on Get Beat's video. If y'all don't know who that is, man, it's my barber brother, man, Truman Squad, and dude's a monster, dude's a beast. So I definitely picked up that technique off of him. And once you apply that razor, man, it just pops. It just pops. But I believe that 1.5 with the grain definitely did his wave some justice. And I appreciate you allowing me to cut your hair, man, and record this content for my viewers. Once I get a new client in my chair, man, I get excited, and I just want to record content for y'all guys, because I know I have, a lot of my clients on my channel. So if it wasn't for them, then I wouldn't have none of this content. Just adding a little bit of color enhancement around the blowout area, taper, and then the hairline, using the Tune 45 cordless Get Beam air compressor and the Tune 45 no drip.
Houston, we have a problem.
It's already ready to go. Put it in the compressor and spray. And as you can tell, it's spraying a lot, so you want to make sure you have a good distance, not too close, not too far, depending on how you want it to look. Create that distance. But this is pretty much the finished product, guys. A 1.5 with the grain, a ball taper. I'm gonna do a quick 360 spin around on the full cut. Tell me what y'all think about this video. Make sure you subscribe, share, and comment. And I hope you learned something from this video, guys. I'm gonna keep dropping content for y'all on the road to 50K. And as always, you already know, Team Gifted, stay gifted.